The episode begins with Mordecai going about an ordinary day at the park. He wakes up early, grabs coffee, and tries to psych himself up for the routine responsibilities he usually complains about. Recent episodes have shown him trying to be more mature, but he's still stressed and constantly thinking about Margaret, dealing with mixed signals and uncertainty. While he and Rigby are cleaning the house, Mordecai's mood is tense and distracted. Rigby notices immediately and starts teasing him, saying he's acting dramatic because he's thinking about Margaret again. Mordecai denies it, but then admits he can't get her out of his head and doesn't know how to move on. Later that day, while picking up supplies at a local cafe, Mordecai bumps into a girl named Steph. She is energetic, bright-spirited, and surprisingly forward, immediately acknowledging Mordecai and starting a conversation without hesitation. She asks him about his day, jokes with him, and shows genuine interest. Mordecai is caught off guard by how confidently she speaks, and her friendliness instantly puts him at ease. When she asks if he wants to hang out sometime, Mordecai hesitates, unsure if saying yes is disrespectful to his lingering feelings for Margaret. Rigby pushes him to stop overthinking and just say yes for once in his life. Steph notices his awkward panic and laughs, saying he doesn't need to be weird about it. Mordecai finally says yes. Steph responds with an excited, "Yes dude, yes," and gives him her number. Her enthusiasm lifts Mordecai's mood instantly. Back at the park, he tells everyone what happened. Rigby celebrates loudly, Muscle Man cracks jokes about his new girlfriend, Pops congratulates him in his innocent cheerful way, and Benson genuinely seems happy to see Mordecai acting positive again. Even Skips gives a rare approving nod. Mordecai, though, keeps telling them it's not a big deal and that he's not trying to date anyone seriously. Despite his words, it's clear that the encounter gave him a boost of confidence he desperately needed. Their first date happens the next afternoon. Steph takes Mordecai to an eclectic indoor mini-golf course filled with neon lights, themed obstacles, and high-energy music. The atmosphere is chaotic but fun, and Steph navigates it effortlessly, making jokes and keeping the momentum going. Mordecai, usually anxious around new people, loosens up and starts enjoying himself. They laugh, compete, tease each other, and share stories. Steph's personality is loud and unpredictable, but in a way that energizes Mordecai rather than overwhelming him. Their chemistry builds quickly, and for the first time in a long while, Mordecai feels like he's not thinking about Margaret at all. As the date continues, Steph becomes even more forward. She compliments Mordecai repeatedly, tells him he's cute when he's nervous, and even suggests planning their next few hangouts. Mordecai is flattered, but also begins to feel a sense of unease. Steph's enthusiasm shifts from charming to intense, as if she's already deeply invested in something that only just started. She starts calling him Morty, grabs his arm a lot, and speaks in rapid, energetic bursts. Mordecai tries to keep up, but it becomes harder to process everything she's throwing at him. When they go to a diner afterward, Steph becomes even more emotionally clingy. She talks about how she knew Mordecai was special the moment she saw him, and how she hasn't met anyone who gets her like he does. Mordecai, uncomfortable, tries politely redirecting the conversation, but Steph keeps returning to the same topic. Inside Mordecai's head, anxiety starts creeping back. He realizes that even though Steph is fun, he barely knows her, and her sudden intensity feels overwhelming. The turning point comes when Steph suggests they should make it official after just one date. Mordecai panics and tries to explain it's too soon, but Steph misinterprets his discomfort and becomes emotional, insisting that she thought they really had something. Her mood swings so fast that Mordecai can't keep up. The once uplifting energy becomes suffocating. Mordecai awkwardly fumbles his way out of the situation, making an excuse that he needs to return to the park because of unexpected work duties. Steph, upset but trying to hide it, tells him to text her as soon as he gets home. When Mordecai returns to the park, he vents to Rigby, explaining everything. Rigby doesn't laugh for once. He can tell Mordecai is genuinely overwhelmed. Mordecai realizes the truth. He's not ready to date someone so immediately intense, and more importantly, he still has feelings for Margaret that he hasn't resolved. Trying to replace those feelings with someone new doesn't work, and only makes him more anxious. Rigby helps him rehearse what he's going to say, telling him that honesty is better than stringing someone along. Steph arrives at the park unexpectedly, excited to see him again. Mordecai stiffens as she runs toward him with another burst of enthusiastic energy. He gently pulls her aside and explains that she's great, but things are moving too fast for him, and he's not in the right place emotionally. Steph's reaction goes from hurt to confused to overly dramatic, but after a tense moment, she accepts it. She leaves abruptly, loudly stating that she'll be fine, though clearly upset. After she's gone, Mordecai feels guilty but relieved. Rigby assures him he did the right thing, and that it's better than letting things get worse. Mordecai admits he's still trying to figure out his feelings, and that relationships, real relationships, aren't something he can force. Rigby slaps him on the back and says, "Hey dude, at least you finally said yes to something. That's progress." The episode ends with Mordecai sitting outside with Rigby, feeling a mix of awkward relief and lingering uncertainty, but also proud that he handled the situation maturely. It shows the start of him understanding himself better, rather than chasing quick emotional fixes.